hitting on those rock chisels. What do you think our miners use for their hearing protection?
Nothing.
Yeah, nothing. The books say some would tear up strips of cloth and tie that around their head. Well, you're listening to the explosions and the drilling. There's not much doubt many of these miners had some hearing loss. But where we're at in the process, we drilled the holes, we blasted the ores on the floor, they call that the drift. Final phase in your mine, still called this today, is mucking. And that's loading up all that material you brought down, get it to the mill where they're gonna grind up the rock and get the minerals for you. That'll take us back to that piece of equipment down there and I'll show you how that works. Definitely better for So for the mucker, it runs on compressed air like the drills, and it's 1930s technology like the drills. So before they had equipment like this to help them, mucking was shoveling and lifting rock. Big piece of rock, get some miners together to get that picked up. So if you did 8 hours of this kind of work, you probably were tired at the end of your shift. They did this 7 days a week. There were 2 holidays, 4th of July and Christmas, otherwise you had a shift to do in the mine. Now the mucker, I'll turn the air on here, front lever is the forward reverse, the back one controls the bucket. Everybody right here, take a step or two this way, just so you don't get splashed. A couple steps this way, over here. Okay, so I'll go ahead and turn this on. It is not as loud as the drills, but you might want to cover your ears when I do this. So it operates a little bit like a front-end loader. You're scooping up the rock, this throws it to the rear. They use front-end loaders and dump trucks in mines now, where this was elevators to move your miners back and forth between levels and chutes to bring the rock down. Mines sometimes now have ramps and they move that heavy equipment back and forth for bringing out the ore. But miners pay, back in this era, $100 to $120 a month. May not sound good, but Henry Ford credited with the first $5 a day jobs when they started building the Model Ts. This is earlier. It was pretty good pay for the time. Drillers did better, about $150 a month. Drillers sometimes got production pay on top of their monthly salary. So an example of that, the 2-mile tunnel to connect up those 2 mines for this operation. They were paying the drillers extra for anything over 300 feet a month. 18 months to connect, they averaged over 500 feet a month. There was one month where a guy came forward to the foreman betting, couldn't do 600 feet in a month or they'd buy the foreman a new suit. 610 feet that month, the foreman got a new suit. But the other thing for this era, fastest tunneling that had ever been done in underground mining, connect up these 2 mines to get this up and running. Now we have 2 active mines that are close to us. 40 miles north of us is the Kensington mine. That mine opened 16 years ago. They brought out about 1.5 million ounces of gold so far. They do about 85,000 ounces of gold each year. My son works for Kensington, used to work out at the mine warehouse. He's now in town. He does purchasing for the company. But the other active mine is the Greens Creek mine. That's owned by Hecla Mining, and it's on Admiralty Island. So this is Douglas Island right across Channel. Admiralty is the big island behind Douglas. 135 miles long. It's also the world's highest concentration of brown bear. There's about 1,600 brown bear on that island. But Greens Creek does megatons of lead and zinc, money metals, gold, 35,000 ounces of gold each year. Not as much as the Kensington, but Greens Creek mine is known as a silver mine. And they bring out each year now 9.5 to 10 million ounces of silver. Company report last year, the remaining reserves that are identified, 125 million ounces of silver. Be over 10 years bringing that out. Highest producing silver mine in the United States. Greens Creek employs about 400, Kensington about 350. Miners not all out at the mine site at the same